Hey guys, I'm here. How's everybody tonight? Wow, got a whole string. How is everyone? Can you see me yet? I'm not sure who got here first, Don or Carol. Oh, that's funny. There's Donna. Hey Donna, how's it going? Doing good here in Louisiana, just slow rolling to Texas. That's a good question. I'll be going that way. Not far from now myself. Set up with rain and cold, but warmer weather coming. Yeah, hopefully it'll be here in a couple of days. Just good spots. Just some spots. I know it gets worse. Wow. Hi Pamela, how are you? Glad to see you. How's weather where you're at? It's been kind of dreary here. Yep, I'm getting excited. Hi Don and Scotty. You guys still out on your cruise or are you back home now? There's Jennifer. Hi Jennifer. Gonna be seeing Jennifer before too long. Can't wait to meet you, Jennifer. Text, I'm driving, so I'll be listening. Okay, no problem. There's Melody. Hi, Melody. And Lou. There's William Brody. You're at work. Okay. Listen in. I liked your pretty video of the park. It's always nice to see snow on camera. Everybody just saying hello. Hi, Mobile Tech. Nice to see you. Just brought Sabrina home from surgery. Nothing serious. She's fine. Well, that's good to hear. There's Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Sure, he takes some pictures when you two meet. Oh, I will. Don't worry. Hopefully, Jennifer will have time to take me around the Riverwalk and point out things that I really need to be seeing there. So I've got about 5 days to spend near San Antonio. So hopefully I'll get to see some good sights while I'm there. The weather's been nice there. Good. Excited too. Oh, good. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've driven through San Antonio a lot. I've just never stopped, because before I've always been going at bat speed trying to head west. But this time I'm slow rolling it. So I'll be spending 5 days around the Houston area and 5 days around San Antonio, because that drive across Texas is long. That's the longest drive. But it's nice because you have some changes in the different types of landscape, or it's just different. It's more diverse. We'd be calling you short and making all of the stupid short jokes. Well, I am short. I've lived with that all my life, and I've probably heard about all of them. So probably wouldn't be anything new for me. Thanks, William. That's always a good reminder. Thumbs up, everybody. I'd appreciate it. We have safe reservations made, but hoping to get a call from another place closer to San Antonio. So still nothing yet, huh? Trailer Traveling, hi. Nice to see you. Glad you could make it in. 18 days short. Well, it's short compared to what I started back in September. This is the longest I've ever been stuck at home. So it's like at least half of September, October, November, December, January, February. So 5 months, 5 months out of a 12-month year. That's just a little bit more than I planned on spending. And I'm ready to hit the road. There's Henry and Leanne. Hi, guys. How are you? Hope everything is going well for you. What have you guys been up to? What's your plans? What are you doing? You hope to meet Jennifer? Yeah, you need to move around a little bit there, Mobile Tech. You're so short, you have to look up to look down. Just about. Just about. Same for us, Shirley. 5 months. Yeah, it's a long wait, isn't it? You really get tired of after you've been out traveling like we have, you kind of get bored at home. Hi, hi there, PJ. How are you tonight? And there's Miss Summer. Oh my gosh, are you guys together? It can't be. Did you have a night off, PJ? We're both dog people. Yep, I have dogs too. Hey, Carol. I saw you earlier. There's Miss Kim. Hi, Kim. I'm going to be contacting you. I'm kind of got my head on a little bit better, have a little bit better idea of when I might be winding up in your territory. Hopefully we'll be able to meet up and say hi. By saying hi to Kim now. Oh, you are home from your cruise. Okay, good. Got your land legs back. I guess probably Scotty's feeding the village tonight. I need to get up there one day and go to that restaurant. Maybe next year. We'll see. Where's the first place you're going? Well, I got to travel across Florida. And that's a lengthy drive. So from Jacksonville to Pensacola, if you're just driving a car, it takes 6 hours to get there. And I'm to the point where I don't like to drive. Of course, then I'd have to stop to go to the bathroom. So it would be probably an 8-hour drive at the very least for me, because Google says 6 hours, but that's going 70 miles an hour on the interstate, and I don't go 70. So it always takes longer than what Google says to begin with. So I'm going to be stopping, making a couple of different stops. One is a Harvest Host location, and then one is it's like a state forest park location that's free for 14 days. I won't be staying there 14 days, but I'm going to be staying for, I can't remember whether it's 3 or 5 nights, just so I can unhitch, and kind of rest. And I have to be careful with my feet swelling. So that's part of why I'm only driving 300 miles is about as far as I want to go at one particular time, or right around 300 miles. So that way my feet don't swell as badly. So we'll see. No, not together. He's working, and oh well, you both came in at the same time. Oh, it's so funny. That's cool though. I'm getting blown around at work in the cold weather. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry about that. I hope you stay warm. Hi, Sue. How are you tonight? Okay, I'll get in touch with you. Well, the hail damage to the truck has been repaired and we pick it up next Wednesday. Good job. Glad you got it fixed. Beach blanket bingo. Hello to everyone. Good one, Sue. That's a good one. He has been super busy. I bet. Were you all at home for the Super Bowl? Was the restaurant open for the Super Bowl? Everybody saying hi. Hello. Hi, Trailer. Hi, Donna. Everybody's saying hi. All right, so I have a question. I love the video from Panama Canal. I haven't watched all of them yet, but I'm getting there, Dawn. I'm just waiting for winter to take a hike so I can get out of here. I understand. You got back February 6th. Okay. All right, so I have a question. With this new fifth wheel, I don't know. I really don't know how to work one-nighters. And so my question is, for those of you that have a fifth wheel, if you're just staying one night, do you unhitch? Do I need to unhitch to be able to put down these stable type steps? And if I don't unhitch, can I put my slide out? Those are questions that I have. It's not something that I've done before, so that's why I'm making stops in a few different places where I don't have to unhitch, spend the night, and hitch back up the next morning and go. I'd rather, when I'm going to unhitch, I'd rather be staying somewhere for 2 or 3 nights at a time, just to make it worthwhile. So you don't unhitch, but slides out. And how do your steps work, Dawn, when you're still hitched up like that? Do you have a lot of problems getting your steps stable or level with your door frame? Is that any kind of a problem for you guys? Just try to be level. That's not going to happen if I stay hitched up. Has all the answers. Hi, everyone. Happy Mardi Gras. Hey, Daryl. Kim, we're on another cruise at the end of April. Cool. Legs down. Not yours, the trailers. Well, the front end is always going to be higher when it's on the hitch. So I don't get it. I don't understand. We don't unhitch unless we have to. We still put our slides out and steps pull right down. Okay. Well, that's good to know at least. Doesn't your trailer ride level? No. With my fifth wheel, the front end is higher than the back end. We have on May 24th gone on Royal doing the Mexican Riviera. If your front end is higher when on the hitch, then you need to drop the hitch. That's not level when you're hitched up. Well, I think if you look at most fifth wheels, when they're hitched up, the front end is always higher than the back end of the trailer. Steps can be adjusted, but most overnights we've come across have been level enough. Yeah, yours is for travel trailers. Oh, yes, it's a fifth wheel. Keep forgetting about those dumb things. Well, yeah. I mean, I did that too in the Airstream, but it was a lot more level, you know. And I could drop the jack with my Airstream and raise up the back end of the truck and the trailer and get more level if I needed to. But if I'm hitched up with that fifth wheel, I don't know that I can level it like that. I don't, because I would be dropping the front jacks. I don't know. Yes, as long as your feet are not higher than your head, you're okay. Okay. Yeah. And that's as it would be. I guess I'm more concerned about, I'm not concerned about sleeping in the bed because that'll be fine with me with my head being higher than my feet. My whole issue is, you know, that when my slide is in, I can't get through into my kitchen. I have to get my slide out in order to get to the refrigerator or the stove or the sink. So that's the only issue there. And I just, with the being on a tilt, I didn't know if it was good on a slide to put the slide out with it not being level. On the Royal and then. So what cruise line are you on in May? Gone days without unhitching. Yeah. All right, I'm catching up. Join us on RC on 524. Royal Caribbean. Ooh. Don't need to worry because you have a 12-volt fridge. Just drop the front jacks for stability. Well, I'm not really worried about the fridge. I'm just, like I said, my main concern was whether or not I could put that slide out to be able to get into the refrigerator. Or do I need to take a cooler with me and put food that I'm going to eat for the next day or so in a cooler near the door? You would have to raise the rear somehow, so I would just sell it and get a bubble wall. Oh, yeah, it's totally different. Leveling blocks under the fifth wheel tires. Oh, that's a good idea. That's something I could do. That would help. Thank you. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Just drop the front jacks for stability. Okay. All right. Yes, agree with Kevin. Okay. So I can just drop them until they're, I don't want to be raising it up any higher. I just want to drop the jacks for stability. No. Think about the slides and being level. Yeah. You'll be fine with putting the slide out. Okay, thank you. Designed to move with the rig when stable. For a one-nighter, put your jack down, out your slide, and steps out and have a wine. Oh, I don't know that I have any wine right now. I may have to go buy some. Don't raise the rig, just stabilize it. That's cool, Kim and Daryl, who will be on Oceania April 20th for 11-day Mexico cruise. That's so cool. Very nice. You agree with Daryl? Put your tacks down and your slide out, your steps up and have a wine. Okay, well, that sounds like a plan. That sounds like a real plan. So anyway. So far I've gotten myself scheduled through to Fort Stockton. So I'm making headway with my planning. I've been looking for some harvest hosts. I've found 2 or 3 near Deming, which has kind of been a stopping place for me after Fort Stockton for the last several years. Well, I don't know about several, but 3 or 4 years. And then on into Arizona. So it's not going to be too long before I'm out that way. Everything around here is still covered in snow, so we aren't going anywhere yet, I'm sure. Yep. I'm hoping it will start going away, though. I mean, we're middle of February. Let's hope that the groundhog didn't lie this year. I want to do escape room with Scotty. That would be fun. I mean, no, not sure what you're saying there, Daryl. And it's still raining in Quartzsite. A stupid gopher was wrong. Probably so. And drive, if you don't see sparks coming out behind you, keep going. Yeah. I'll be watching out for that. On the east side, there's a winery. Yeah, I saw that one. There's a couple of others. There was what was the name of that one that I was looking at? It was kind of like a ranch or something. One's a working ranch, and then there was another one. I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to tell you later. But I'm looking pretty hard at that one because they've got like 5 parking spaces, and I think you can stay up to 3 to it's either 3 or 5 days you can stay there. So I may be doing that one. I'm not sure. North after San Antonio, being South Dakota, July 1st. Well, you've still got lots of time to get there. One on the west side of Deming too. Yes. Like there's about 3 there that I've been looking at. Think too much about parking their rig. Yeah. I'll be much better once I get out there where there's some actual boondocking land. But you know, up until I get out there, I'm kind of trying to just find my way to get there. Unless you're on a what? On a beach? Oh. We discover Oklahoma and Kansas too. Not too much to discover in Kansas. Let me tell you, you're going to be pretty disappointed. There is not a lot to do in Kansas unless you go to Wizard of Oz museums. They have lots of those. Just really not a lot to see in Kansas. It's a lot of flat land. It's very boring. Even Dodge City, it's hard to find anything around Dodge City. Donna and I tried. We were going to try to go to Dodge City and could never find anything that we liked. People get around to visiting me and Sabrina. We all got to go to Virginia City. Oh, I would love to do that. My gosh, after watching Bonanza for years, that's all you think about when you hear Nevada. Did you all see that RV fire in Quartzsite? No. Is there a video out on that? I'm sure because you saw it. I'll have to look for that. You take kids to learn to drive. Good point. Good point. Nice and straight and flat. That's, I thought it was bad driving from north to southern Georgia, but Kansas is even worse. I'd rather drive through Texas than Kansas. That's what I think of Kansas. There might be a desert scape overseeing the Florida mountains. You never know. Didn't see that. President Eisenhower's library is in Kansas. One of the few things that's in Kansas. You sure there's a video? I'm going to have to look for it. Lots of wind in Kansas, yes. There's Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. How are you tonight? Lori's away. Do they know what caused the fire? I hadn't even heard about the fire. Something I've got to investigate. I've just been really busy around the house. We got our new appliances in, and so Christian's trying to sell the old ones on Facebook. So I've got like a little used appliance room in my house right now. And just trying to get used to the new appliances and get everything down pat and working. So, but it's been a lot of fun. Let's see if I can load a picture. I've got to show you. I really love my new refrigerator. It's incredible compared to, I had a side by side. You probably can't see my face now. Sorry. All right. So this is the front of my new refrigerator. Let's see how long it takes this to load. I have good internet right now. So I got the French door kind with the freezer on the bottom. And here it is. It loaded. Look at that. So that's my new refrigerator. And you got to see. I have to show you when I took everything out of my refrigerator. And so my other refrigerator was a side by side. And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. After we had it for about a year, I was done. I was over it. But of course, when you buy a new refrigerator, you don't just get rid of them overnight if you don't have a lot of money. So when I took everything out of the old refrigerator and put it in the new refrigerator, look how much room I have left in this new refrigerator. It's so ridiculous. It's amazing. It's huge. And I love it. And the freezer drawers, so there's like two drawers. The bottom one is deeper, of course, where you put all your food and stuff. And then there's a top one that slides out, and the ice maker and the ice tray is on the left-hand side. And then there's another one where, would be good for like pizzas or ice cream or popsicles or whatever you want to put in there. Frozen dinners, things of that nature. But anyway, I just really love it. And so I'm getting used to the new microwave and the new stove. And so my older stove was had a convection feature in it. And so now instead of saying convection, they're saying it's an air fryer. So anyway, I have a regular oven slash convection slash air fryer oven. It's really funny, but anyway, I love it. Got a dishwasher for sale? No. I got rid of my dishwasher a while ago. Class C Bert at Tyson Wash. Oh, is it Tyson Wash? Okay. I saw it on a couple of channels. People said that they got out of the camper and then saw smoke from the engine and it went up. Oh my gosh. Good thing they got out. It was in the engine of the Class C. Another reason why not to have Class C was an engine fire. Wow. You like that, Donna? That's pretty cool, isn't it? It went up fast. I bet it did. They say in any type of RV burns really quickly. Yeah. Rig fire is the biggest fear. Make sure to prevent all we can for sure. Kim wants that in here. Kevin, will it fit? That's funny. Yeah, it's a 28.8 cubic foot refrigerator. It's crazy. I was surprised it even fit in the standard hole where my built-in cabinets are. Did I see Duke's at Miracle Whip? Yes. You know me, I'm Miracle Whip all the way, but my kids like Duke's. So they have their own. So I'm watching it at the moment. That's what I want from your kitchen. Yeah, it's really nice. I got it at Home Depot. It's a Frigidaire. All my new appliances are Frigidaire, except for my washer and dryer, which are Whirlpool. Yeah, Donna, you know Miracle Whip is the best. Yes, it is. You just want to take off with your best friend? That's funny. Or maybe not. Still do for some things. It's really good for salads. Not like lettuce salads and that sort of thing, but potato salad, chicken salad, tuna salad, Miracle Whip. Duke's for sandwiches, potato macaroni salads. Grew up with Miracle Whip. Bologna salad, you got it. Doesn't taste right with Duke's. I agree, absolutely. Love you some Duke's. I'm so sorry. My mom used to eat Miracle Whip. Yep, that's what I grew up on. 1954 Frigidaire that still works. I have no doubt about that forever. You know, years and years and years ago, my grandmother and grandfather, who my dad and my brother and I lived with, had an old Philco. Do y'all remember Philco refrigerator? And when I was 15, my dad finally moved out of my grandparents' house and we got an apartment, and we got to bring that refrigerator with us. My grandmother already had another one. And that thing, I mean, it was in that house for as long as I can ever remember. And then, you know, I eventually moved out, got married, had kids, lived in California in the Azores and whatever. And my dad had that refrigerator for probably another, I don't know, 15, 20 years. That thing lasted forever. It was the best refrigerator. My mom used to eat Miracle Whip on bread. Yep. Miracle Whip sandwiches. I'm going to miss him. No, Duke says, no. There's my son. Hi, son. And you must have come in through the garage. I didn't even hear the dogs bark or anything. Didn't know you were here. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it's not good. But I bought a small jar to try. It's still in there. Yeah. I don't care for the taste of it. Honestly don't. I probably would. I don't know what I would buy. We all know Blue Plate's the best. Sorry, there's my first yawn. Hellman's. I've had Hellman's. It's not bad if you're gonna have regular mayonnaise. Never had Duke's, and we don't have that in Canada. Interesting. It is a real southern commodity. I'd never seen it until I moved down here in the South. I wouldn't have been able to find it in Missouri. How about you, Carla? Have you ever seen it up your way? You used to eat Miracle Whip on bread and tomatoes. Yep. Tomato sandwiches for sure. Now you want a tomato sandwich. And here we go, talking about food, you guys. Heard of Miracle Whip? Yes. Yep. Daryl's sister Daylight. Yep. It's one of the best chocolate cakes you'll ever eat. And I'm sure you can find the recipe online, but they're delicious. They're very moist and very flavorful. It is a very good chocolate cake. Had a Philco tube TV growing up. Yep. I used to, that was just so interesting for me whenever we'd have a tube go out of the back of the TV, and the TV repairman would come to the house and make house calls and fix your TV for you. And I loved to hold the flashlight for him and watch him, changing out those tubes in the back of the TV. It was really cool. What you do in your lifetime is amazing. Yeah, that's true, Daryl. You have to eat what she gives you. I'm Marilyn, not good at trying new things, but I'm trying. There's Don saying hi to my son. Qualify as talking about food. Well, what we put it in, like bologna salad and chicken salad and tuna salad, and yeah, it works. You like Hellman's? Hellman's is not bad for a regular mayonnaise. Duke's is regional. Yeah, very. Ken says Duke's is illegal in Illinois. That's funny. You're a Hellman's kid. It is very moist cake. And I hate Miracle Whip, but it's good for a lot of purposes. New sandwich, Hellman's mayo, lots of black pepper, and let's eat. Good job, William. Yes. Tube testers. Yes. I've seen my dad do that actually. He would take a tube out and take it down and have it tested and get a replacement, and then he'd replace it in the back of the TV. Yeah. Ketchup or cat soup? I like ketchup. I'm good in some things, like Shirley's potato. Yes. That's the only way I make my potato salads, with Miracle Whip. I don't like to make it with regular mayonnaise because it doesn't taste the same. Nice ham radio that has tubes. Oh my gosh. So it's an older one, evidently. Yes, exactly. Cheaper to replace it than to get it fixed. I agree. A lot of things are like that anymore. I think that's why they're all so crappy. They just want you to keep buying their products. Potato salad sounds good. I can't make it very often because I'd eat a whole bowl of it. You can ask Don, my potato salad's pretty good. Carla, duh, ketchup. I have to thank my mother-in-law for that. She's the one that showed me how to make it really good. Radio Shack used to sell tubes. Interesting. Not something I ever looked for at Radio Shack. And you don't see many of those stores around anymore either, do you? I think they've kind of gone by the wayside. Yeah, it's old and it works great. I think that's true of a lot of older things. I don't do stuff like that anymore, for sure. Like I was telling, when we bought the washer, we wanted either a Maytag or a Whirlpool, a good brand for a washer. And I was telling them how, once again, my grandmother had an old Maytag washer, and then it went to my dad. And when I had to eventually move him here because he couldn't care for himself anymore, that crazy washing machine was still going. Now, my grandparents had that washer when we moved in with them, and I was like 2 years old when we moved in there, 2 or 3. She didn't replace that washer for years, and when she did, she gave it to my dad. And so let's see, he died in 2016. So I was probably 50 years old. So that washer lasted a good 50 years. And it still washed clothes when we disconnected it, and we sold it for $50. It was amazing. But it was an amazing washer. Get ready to put beaver tails in the microwave. Beaver tails? Are you talking about beaver nuggets? Bucky nuggets? What are you talking about? Beaver tails? I don't get that one. You've been to Buc-ee's. So are you guys home, Ken and Carla? Or are you still traveling that way? I used to love Radio Shack until they got into cell phone business. Yeah. Not a lot of Radio Shacks anymore. I didn't think so. Almost gone. Old Radio Shack realistic stereo receiver from 1980. Oh, it's crazy. I had the same repair people my whole childhood. Yes, it was fun watching them work. I had the same man recently come to our house, and I swear that man has never seen me in anything but pajamas. Oh, that's funny, Jennifer. That's hilarious. That's actually impressive. Yeah, it is. I mean, 1980, from 1980. So 90, 2000, what? Almost 30 years. I have a Radio Shack speaker that I use. Cool. Good products. Cabinet with the TV record player and uses tubes. It still works. Amazing. That's pretty amazing. You remember those old console televisions? Big in a cabinet. And then the stereos. Oh my gosh. My first husband and I had one of those stereos. It was like a big piece of furniture. And all it had in it was record player and a bunch of speakers. It was enormous and really not necessary to have some music. And it had radio in it too, but Maytag washing machine commercials with the guy sitting around waiting to be called. Yes. He's dead now, so nobody to repair them. Oh, that was a good commercial, though. Is a pastry at Buc-ee's. Oh, well, thank you for that information. I guess I don't really shop around a lot when I'm in Buc-ee's. I usually don't look so much at the food. I like to look at all their kitchen stuff and knickknacks and things like that. That's what I like to see at Buc-ee's. In Panguitch, I like it up there in Panguitch. That's a cool little place. Is it out of business there? Yeah, they were great. And also a beaver appendage. Okay. You had console TVs. One that had the record player in it. Cool. They were massive. People give this girl a thumbs up. Thanks, Henry. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. We had a 74 RCA 23-inch color console stereo with record player, weighed about 500 pounds. I don't doubt that one little bit. They were big, bulky pieces of furniture, but they were pretty, back in the day. Kitchen stuff at Buc-ee's, you bet. They have all kinds of plates and bowls and all kinds of knickknacks and stuff. I love looking at that stuff. But yeah, that's I don't really look a lot at like the t-shirts and things like that. I'm a knick-knacky kind of person. I like to look at it, but I don't really have a lot of it around in my house. Times were simpler then. They truly were. Yeah. If we could only go back to some of that simplicity. When I think about my childhood growing up, some of the best fun that we had was playing hide and seek in the evenings, or tag, freeze tag, and most of the time it was just my dad, my brother, and I, except for when we were at my mom's on the weekends or over the summer. So I had to play with my brother and his friends a lot, and so I did a lot of playing Army with the other guys. Wasn't always fun, but we'd ride bikes a lot and sled down the hills in the wintertime and that sort of thing. I did have one friend, one girlfriend that lived a couple of blocks down that I got to spend some time with. But, you had to be close enough to hear your parents yell at you. You had to be close enough to get home before the street lights went out at night or went on at night, because you had to be in the yard when the street lights came on or you were in trouble. We'd ride our bikes all over the neighborhood. It's a record. We're talking about TVs, Beaverdale, Radio Shack, and the same conversation. I know. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's a different conversation tonight. No Buc-ee's. Gas station sushi. I don't even like the thought of sushi to begin with. That's a fishy sort of thing. And yes, I know they make non-fish sushi, but it's just not something I'm into. You sound like your grandparents, yeah. Or you turned into your mother when the street lights came on. Yeah, I think that was pretty much a standard protocol back then, And it was so much simpler, far less crime. I don't even know that my grandparents locked the door at night. We rode our bicycles and we put them up on the porch, and they stayed on the porch all night long, and never had a bicycle stolen. We had 2 bicycles and a wagon. Well, a wagon when we were younger, not so much when we were like 11 or 12 or so. The wagon was gone by then. Donna, we can talk about. We could talk about Rise. Not me. Don't want to get the death stare from Mrs. Klein. Oh, times really have changed. Yeah. Yeah, we just had so much fun. Well, I'm glad I grew up when I did, because I think that we had fun as kids, you know. We'd play baseball, and we had a family that lived across the street on the corner, and they had a huge side yard that was on the corner of the property. And so all of us kids would go there to play baseball. And it was a lot of fun. Whatever happened to RCA? I think the dog lost the horn, probably, and then it was kaput. Played in the mud, made super highways for matchbox cars in the dirt, chased each other with worms. Yeah, we didn't do that. We played Mumbly Peg. So if you don't know what Mumbly Peg is, just look it up. My kids never believed me for years. But my brother and I would sit out in the yard and play Mumbly Peg. Well, for technology, we'd be here right now. One of the things I like about technology. Very true, very true. There are good things, but I think that technology has kind of robbed our children of childhood, you know, and just crime rate in general, with it being the way it is. You don't feel safe letting your kids outside to play around in the neighborhood and do the kind of things that we did. You feel like you need to keep your kids home where they're safe, where you can see them and know that they're okay. Same here. Better be home before the streetlights come on. Yes. No sushi. Good job, Marilyn. You are at home. Kim hasn't left his recliner since we came in the door. Oh my gosh. Well, it's good that you're back home, safe and sound. Miles away, but we had to be home when the lights came on. I couldn't have gone miles away. No, my parents and grandparents were pretty strict about that. The furthest away I ever got was 3 blocks away. And, you know, blocks in a smaller town aren't huge. Not like they are in a big city. It has to be good sushi. I wouldn't know good sushi if it slapped me in the face. And no seat belts in the cars. Isn't that amazing? And we used to ride in the bed of the truck, you know? My gosh. My mom had 7 kids. So, you know, of course, as I was growing up and got older, my oldest brother was out and about and gone. But the rest of us were, when you have 2 parents in the cab of a truck. Now in the wintertime, I'm telling you, 1, 2. So there was at least 5 to 6 of us kids and 2 adults in the cab of a pickup truck in the wintertime when we couldn't ride in the bed of the truck. We fit in there like sardines. It was crazy. But you know that my mom didn't drive, and my stepdad had a pickup truck that he drove to work all the time. You know, an older kind of pickup truck with the smaller bed in the back, you know, like the big curved hoods in the front. And the real running boards, you know, and they weren't as high as they are today. I can remember as a kid, and I'm short already, so imagine how short I was as a kid. You know, we'd flip down the tailgate and hop up on the back on the tailgate and sit there, you know, at the creek bed and have a sandwich or whatever. So yeah, so I miss those times. I do miss those times. Yeah, no, neither one is good. I don't even remember. Yes, lightning bugs. Oh my gosh, that was one of our favorite activities. Was get a little mason jar and poke some holes in one of the seals and go catch lightning bugs. America 2024, things will change. Seatbelts. That was a weird thing back then. It took me forever to get used to wearing a seatbelt, and I'm still not really good at it. I still love lightning bugs too. We used to tear off their tails and rub them on our eyelids like eyeshadow. Oh, families at restaurants and they're all on their cell. I know, it's like you can't even talk to one another. You just all you got to do is catch up with social media, have a conversation with one another. It's yeah, same here. Yeah, it is. It's very sad. We used to ride our bikes 20 miles to the beach and back. Well, I did live in a small town. Um, but let's see, how many miles would I would say 2.5 or 3 miles. My grandparents, it might be further than that, but that's all I really think it is. My grandparents lived in one of the outer little neighborhoods, which was a very nice neighborhood. Um, one of the newer, nicer neighborhoods when I was growing up, from the riverfront. And there were times, and my dad didn't have a car. Um, and he took a cab to work and back home every day. And sometimes on the weekends, um, we would do one of two things. We would either take our bikes and ride to the riverfront and go fishing, or sometimes we'd just walk. Um, when you're a little kid, when you're like 6 years old, that's a long way to walk. And I can remember my dad carrying me for part of the way, but there were a lot of times we walked down to the riverfront, fished for a few hours, and then walked back home. So it was a different world back then. Just in time for the snow. Yeah. Agree with Melody. Yep. No helmets on our bicycles. No. Oh, forcing all that stupid people to live now. We are forcing all the stupid people to live. Yeah. But maybe our generation won't be so messed up now if we'd had helmets back then. Well, I never had any falls. I never fell off my bike and hit my head. I didn't ever get on a motorcycle when I was young, so that was never an issue. I haven't ever had a broken bone. I was actually just thinking about that earlier today. I've never had a broken bone. I guess I shouldn't jinx myself like that, but I've been very fortunate. So, truck camper going down the road and on the book. Truck had a boot to crawl from the cab to the camper. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's amazing some of the things that we did back then. That and it's actually still it's not illegal to ride in it inside of a trailer. It's not illegal. It's not advisable, but it's not illegal. I had a brand new banana seat. My brother had a banana seat on his. Lime green with flowers on the seat. It was stolen by a kid, a kid named Leroy Brown. Good, and you got it back. That's great. Chick-fil-A and kids were trying to get his mom's attention. Mom told her to be quiet, and the kids start crying. I actually went over to the kid. Wow. That's sad. Baddest man in the whole damn town. All this reminiscing. I know, it's pretty cool. Talk about. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. Meaner than a junkyard dog. Okay, you'll stop now. Oh my gosh. Got to go NASCAR, baby. Oh man. You're singing it now. It's just dying off. That's for sure. Yep. For a human to ride in a trailer everywhere I've been. Huh. I remember looking up recently in a couple of states and it wasn't illegal to ride inside the trailer. It's not advisable though. But anyway, I won't argue that point. All right, Sue. Thanks for coming. Hope you had a good trip down memory lane tonight. Must have been Alabama. Maybe so. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what states I was looking up. It's been a while back. But I was just curious. All right, guys, it's 8 o'clock. I think I'm going to go in there. And my daughter cooked dinner tonight, so I'm going to eat me a little bit of food. Such a fun night. Thank you. Needed to pick me up, and this sure helped. Oh, thanks, Melody. I'm glad it did. No safety glass in trailers. Well, there's no safety in them either, but period. Kids used to learn from mistakes, and now they're protected so they can't learn. That's very true. Sad, but very true. All right, guys. So I'm gonna be probably this weekend taking some more stuff up to the trailer and getting ready. And talk to you guys next Thursday. All right. Y'all be good to one another. Talk to you next week. Good night.